Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Story Mode, Final Fantasy XIV. Who's ready for another dungeon? This little guy's ready. Yes, it's time for the Tam-Tara Deepcroft. It's a rainy evening here in Gridania, but that's okay. We'll be out of the rain and into the danger, I guess, very shortly. We've already got our crew assembled. We've got Keyboard Cat, Eos, and Ash, a new squad. All of them lovely folks. But it is time to go into the Deepcroft. By the way, if you are ever wanting to join in these in these recorded dungeon and boss fight adventures, then the information for how to join the Discord, where you can get yourself an invite, is down below. I have recorded pretty far ahead, I should warn y'all, so it may be a while from the time you're seeing this before I am inviting folks for recording group content again. But even if it's not recorded, I'm in playing on my other character pretty frequently, and it's a good group of folks. And here's our good squad, all all ready to go already. What an what an excited group. I will be tanking for all these much taller people today. Goodness, so flashy. Okay, Ash is going to be healing me today. I better tank stance up. That's just 101 stuff that I almost didn't do. Yikes. It's fine. We're gonna be okay. Welcome to the Deepcroft, though. Let's deal with some zealots, huh? I feel all the more tiny in this very large group. Look how taller everybody is than me. I'm hard to see, but also because I'm kind of blending into the ground right now. They're so tall. I'm just used to playing like a regular sort of human cure character, so this height situation is still very new to me. Okay, first boss. Well, no, wait, not actually really a boss at all. Just first mini-boss, kind of. It's just a bunch of cultists, and we need to destroy their orbs so we can get access to the real boss of the place. Since you have all seen what a dungeon looks like generally, I will start editing a little bit more heavily, just to get us through this all quick-like, you know? We got story to see. There we are, and now. That's one orb down. Just gotta hit the other 3, and we can get in to fight that boss, huh? Alright. I must say, even though I've had many very positive experiences playing this game with just random pickup groups, overall I found the community of Final Fantasy XIV to be a pretty positive one. Like, obviously, like any gaming community is going to have plenty of toxic individuals, but I found 14s to be pretty good overall, actually. Even so, it's way more fun doing group content with folks you know, or at least folks you know have played before with, like the community that you I don't know most of these folks personally, but most of these folks have been helping me on my other character get through much harder content than this, so getting to have them join me for these early dungeon runs again is quite fun. Alright, there's another one of the orbs, though. 2 to go. Another reason it's quite nice to be playing with friendly faces is that I'm doing a very mediocre job. The split focus makes me a much worse tank, and they are very understanding, and more than capable enough to make up for my mediocre tankery. To be fair, Dermot is new to this. And one more void sent down. Great. All right, so the final 2 orbs. It is boss fight time, and I think players of the original Final Fantasy I might spot a familiar face. Who summons me from the void to reside within this crude vessel? I died to plenty of those in Final Fantasy I. Come hither, children of the dawn. The undying master will drink deep tonight. All right. Let's do a fight. And I'm going to zoom out so you can actually see more of what's going on here. Because boss fights in these dungeons tend to have mechanics that you need to pay attention to. And this early on, there's very few of them. But, see, this imp has popped up, and I can no longer hurt this thing while that is alive. But I have a very good party who knows what they're doing, so that thing's not alive anymore, and we can do damage again. It's a very simple mechanic as boss fight mechanics go, but there are many, many more we will encounter. Some much more complicated, and much less forgiving. Some of the later game boss fights and dungeons and such can be very fun indeed. Challenging, but very fun. Coordinating as a group, keeping everyone alive, surviving all the mechanics. Oh goodness, we got 2 invulnerability things and a bunch of other ads I need to take care of. Everyone look at me. I'm interesting. More interesting than those other people, I bet. Here, come here. Come here. Pay attention to me. Okay. I think I've successfully tanked. Not successfully tanked very well, mind you, but the point is we win. Die already. There we go. We're victorious! And that is 2 dungeons down. What a good-looking group. Yay. All right. Another excellent dungeon run. Good job, squad. Doing dances and emotes and everything. Boy, this game's fun. Thank you once more to our guests, Eos, Ash, and Keyboard Cat. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you as we get further into this game and do more group content. All right, let me grab spoils of war here and... Good, okay, great. All right, let's head outside. And back to Gridania we go. Oop, turned around. Here we go. Hang on. Everyone out of my way, I have to turn in a quest. Stand aside. Tiny tank coming through. Mion, or Mione. Boy, I wish more of you said your names out loud. I did it. Welcome back, Derman. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Badarun's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Why, thank you. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we're hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. Ah, as if to illustrate the point. Aver's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, you would still be alive. I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to hell's with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by the way, I have some parting advice. Get rid of Aver's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, all right? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Aver. Please forgive me. Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I'll be glad to share the details with you. I'm up for it. Might as well get all... Hey, let's see if we can get the last one, the third one done today. Get these dungeons wrapped up and get back to story quests, huh? I mean, I guess these are story quests, but, you know. By the way, that little scene you saw there, if you're just going through main story content, that's probably the last you're going to see of that little side story, but that side story does continue in other quest chains much later. And it's pretty cool, actually. It goes places. We probably won't be doing it. But, just want to let y'all know, that's the sort of thing that the game doesn't just leave those threads dropped. If you are being thorough and doing a lot of the content they offer, a lot of these little stories that we're just sort of seeing in passing get continued and fleshed out. But we have a new task. So you're not averse to taking a little trip. Wonderful. I mean, it's where I live. I'm going home. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultanate's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence you will pull through unscathed. Now off you go, Derman, and good luck. Thank you. It'll be nice to see Momodi again. Alright, let's head out. Ah, heck, teleports, right, I forgot. Teleports are a thing we can do. Homeward. And here we are. And there's our guy. I don't remember if we got him on camera yet or not, but there, this is Nosaj Blackrock, the Eternal Dancer. It is a very rare occasion you will pass by these steps in Ul'dah on this server and not see Mr. Blackrock here. So, a comforting, familiar sight. Anyway, Momodi! Guess who's impressing people the world over? It's me. Welcome to the Quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now, if you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Oh, it's you, Derman. And there I was, spouting the same tired line. Mion sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all this way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Let's do. Momodi's waiting to brief you on your task. And I'm waiting to be briefed. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale, if you'd be so kind. Oh, hello. Excellent timing, Papashan. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling... It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. There we go. That wasn't even that hard a sentence. Oh, why if it isn't my good friend Derman? It does my spirit well to know you're the one who will be helping us. I really like that they modify the text of these quest dialogues to acknowledge when you've met characters before. It's a small thing, but it really helps to feel like you're getting to know the people of this world as you travel. Mayhap you'd like to apprise Derman of his mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amalgina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are the clan known as the Hecaton... I don't know. Fearsome creatures who are sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn Dynasty. Alas, it seems they've managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the Hecaton Carries to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecaton... Can we use different words? Our ancestors, or say them out loud, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rise in demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, do you think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries? That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There'll be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. This one seems slightly ethically questionable, but all right. God bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell mines are in Western Thanolin. Do take care, you hear? Oh, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagina & Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Will do. All right, let's get ourselves all set to do our... Oh, there you are. Just standing right behind me. Hello. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You got guts, mate. I just hope you got skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. The Hecatonchires... I'm gonna go with that. Hecatonchires? Let's say Carries. Left the place in a right state, and nary a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the Second Ool dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding efforts, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. This feels a little colonial, but all right. That is actually, so some of you may be noticing here and there, just on the fringes, a little bit of a trend of sort of a strange treatment and disdain for other sentient-seeming races in the world that are called, I mean, they're called beastmen by most folk in this world. That is, like, if any of you have been feeling slightly ick about that, if that feels like, I don't know if I love that, you're right. You're right. And the game actually kind of comes around eventually and starts agreeing with you, which I appreciate. I think it was good that they eventually pivoted on that and recognized that, this has implications that I don't think we intended. But, just in case that was a concern for any of you. Anyway, to the mines. Someday, man, we're gonna have that chocobo, and we're gonna be moving around so much faster. Eventually, we'll be able to fly and everything. But for now, we run ever so slowly. Hey, Stone Torch. Here to solve your problems. There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We're here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hecatonchires? I didn't think Papashan would be able to find someone so quickly. If at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can, and enter at will. I will. Time to throw together a new crew. Right back. And there we are, we've got ourselves a squad. Yasasa and Keyboard Cat return, and Persevin joins us, a newcomer. So, apologies in advance, squad, for my very mediocre tanking. Whatever, you're all good at this game, you know what you're doing. All right, to Copperbell Mines. Welcome to the mines, everyone. What with the giants? I do really love that they start every dungeon with these little mini cinematics that kind of like give you a fly-through and a taste for what the place is. Great way to let everyone load in, and also kind of give you some flavor. It's very good. As are our little goofballs here. What are you two doing? I like them. Here, I'll do a little panic. Oh goodness, that's a very good red mage sword. It's a Moogle. That's so cute. I don't know where you got it, but I want one. Okay, right. I will now do my job, which is to stay tanky. To work! Let's see, what all have we got in the squad this time around? Yasasa's playing Red Mage and looking very stylish. Percivan's playing a Bard, I believe, who uses a bow. And Keyboard Cat is playing a White Mage with the staff there. Everyone very stylish. I need to get further in this game so I can start being more stylish. I felt I was stylish at first with this armor here, but now I'm feeling underdressed. Much work to do. Anyway, off we go. Ah! Giant! Hecaton care. Whatever. Someone in comments, let me know how that's pronounced, huh? Actually, while I'm dungeon running right now, this is a great time. Well, terrible time, but it's a good time to talk. Pronunciation is going to be an interesting challenge in this game sometimes, because, especially as we get to other regions in the world. All of the different races and cultures in this game all have some very, like, cool naming conventions, many of which are modeled after or styled after various ones from Earth. And some of those lead to interesting pronunciation challenges. Like many of the elven cultures in this game, the Elysian, have sort of French-styled names. French pronunciation is something that I am not great at. I try, but I'm not great. So I'm going to do my best with character names and place names as we go into through this game. But I'm willing to bet that I'm going to get some wrong as we go. If ever I run into any where I am not certain about the pronunciation, but I am certain about what language the name is meant to be pronounced as, I will try to let y'all know that and take my best guess at it. And anybody in the comments who is more familiar with the pronunciation rules for those languages, let me know what it probably actually is. And I will continue to try to keep up with comments and update my pronunciations as we go. And that way, my pronunciations can start slowly getting better over the course of the series. I can learn a few things. Heck, we can all learn a few things. We'll just make this a collaborative little project, huh? See, look at the style on this crew. I'm outclassed. So much work to be done. All right, fire sand is set, and Percivan, stand back. I guess it's fine. Oh, hey, here's a boss that's confusing for newcomers and annoying for everyone else. Meet the Icarus Ire. This is a blob. You could fight it normally, but damaging it is extremely slow. So what you need to do instead is nobody attack anything. Call over one of these little bomb things nearby. Wait until it does its little AoE move. There we go. And then get clear. And let that thing get caught in it, and it splits. But we still can't really actually attack it, so I'll keep tanking and keep it attacking me. See, newcomers get confused by this because they think, oh, there's an ad, I must attack the bomb. But if you attack the bomb, it won't blow up. It won't split these far enough down to where you can actually do damage. Because we got to repeat this a few times. So that's how it is for newcomers. For people who know what's going on, like this squad here, it's very boring. Because I just have to stand here waiting for that thing to blow up, and they barely can do anything. There's almost nothing for them to do until we do that, until we repeat this whole process one more time. That's why they're all sitting over there chilling out with nothing to do. It's fun seeing how much better the Final Fantasy XIV crew get at designing dungeons and boss fights and everything as they go. Because these are clever, creative ideas, but boy, they get so much better at it with time. All right. Oh yeah, and occasionally an ad will pop up that'll come attack the bomb, so the DPS need to kill the ad super fast, but they always do, so... And now we can finish it. Finally, they're small enough to do damage to. And it's done. There's the fight, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. All right, I believe it is time for the boss of this place. Slaves no more! Free! Free! Are we the baddies? I'm starting to feel like in this specific case we might be the baddies. Masters must die! Masters must die! Yeah, no, like, I can understand that. Mechanically, I'm obligated to fight you here, but rest assured I sympathize. So the mechanic for this fight is, see him running over, he's going to break this boulder wall, which is going to introduce new adds to the fight, and then that add is going to run over to that boulder wall somewhere over there and introduce even more adds to the fight. Which would be scary, except everyone in this group is so well geared and good at the game that this boss is going to be dead long before the adds become a problem. So we're all just kind of ignoring the mechanics. That's going to be a trend in most dungeons for a while. Early game content gets sort of out-leveled and out-geared pretty easily. But once you get to late game, stuff can get quite hard. Fun, though. And there we are. Victory! A morally ambiguous victory! Still cheer about it, though. Good job, squad! Thank you to our crew. Where is our crew? Let's stand with our crew. Our very good crew of folk. Good. Boy, fancy sword work there, Yasasa. You're gonna hurt somebody. Good work, Keyboard Cat. Good work, Persevin. It was a grand old time. I'll do a gesture of some sort. I don't know. It's a bow, sure. But thank you all very much for joining and helping us out here. I'm sure it won't be the last time we see any of you. All right, let's hit the road. Oh, collect our loot and then hit the road. Okay, we've completed all of our dungeon tasks at long last, finally. Let's get this story moving again. Painted Mesa, are you still? Yes, you are. Fantastic. Great. Hello. What? Oh, goodness, another fight, but, well, at least it's a solo one, huh? So what's this about? Ah, the Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ul'dah will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papashan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Mamodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. Always happy to report to Mamodi. Why was this a duty? Am I about to get attacked? Yep. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Bold hair on this one. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with my own coin. What rot. You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm gonna say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. Yes, real knee slapper. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg ye. I swear on me mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. All right, let's be heroes. And who the hells are you when you're at home? What? Sorry, your sentence really threw me off here. And who the hells are you when you're at home? This dog's master? I think I've been insulted, but I honestly can't tell. I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot, teach him a lesson. I'm confused, but I'll still fight you. This is what you get for confusing me with your jokes slash insults, maybe? Ugh, I'll take care of this. The rest of you can watch. I don't know if this is gonna go the way you think it is, bud. I'm very strong, you see. You're lucky there's level scaling, or boy, you'd be so dead now already. Ugh, should have stopped at the 7th ale. Hit him with the axe, Derman. Again. Stop bloody gawping at me and give me a hand, will you? I think they're gonna be too late for you, buddy. Pugger, pugger, pugger! Tank it up. Become unkillable. Goodness, y'all really aren't doing any damage, huh? Like, almost 0. Well, there's one down. Oh, hey, backup. Squishy backup. Very, very squishy backup. And how are you? Not so good, it would seem. There, now no one's taller than me. Tiny tank. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. Oh. Hold on. Having an episode here. I'd swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. When a number of hamlets survived the immediate while a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation's more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire, patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you've no hope. What'll become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins! Get your dodo tenderloins! Guaranteed cheapest in Thanalin. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity, and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. This town has problems. I mean, they all do, but this town, kind of especially, it seems, has problems. Oh, sorry. Sir, are you all right? Sorry, blanked out a bit there. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? You saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture! Who said that? Yeah, I'll overlook this, but just this once. Gods bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. Don't bear thinking about. All's well that ends well. Oh, hello. We meet again? Pray do not mistake my intent, for it is always honorable, but I have been watching you ever since you departed Ul'dah. You played the part of envoy to perfection, confident as a man on a diplomatic mission should be, yet unfailingly courteous to your betters. And when your travels led you to the midst of danger, you faced it without so much as a flinch. You, my friend, are quite a marvel, and I confess to being somewhat in awe of you. But my lavish praise continues. Most of all, I was struck by your readiness to aid those in need, even when words were all the reward you would expect to receive. Such selfishness, or selflessness, the opposite thing, you know, is a rare thing in this day and age. All of which leads me to conclude that you are indeed the one whom I have been looking for, an adventurer possessed of a very rare set of qualities. To be sure, your rescue of that damsel in distress was more of a happy accident, but rescue her you did, and that is what matters in the end. I feel I should mention at this point that I also harbor a burning interest in a certain talent of yours. I speak of your visions. You have been experiencing visions, have you not? Well, it just so happens that I know a woman who shares your talent and can help you to understand it. She and I belong to the same organization, and we should both be delighted beyond words if you would agree to join our cause. Naturally, there are benefits to being part of such a collective. For one, we should be happy to assist you in realizing your potential as an adventurer. You need not give me your answer now. Think upon it, and if you feel moved to help us, as I pray you shall, speak with Momodi, the ever-lovely and youthful mistress of the quicksand. Tell her the scions of the seventh dawn have found their man, and she'll tell you where to find us. I think we just got offered a job. Yeah. What's going on? What? Oh. A concert, I guess. That's kind of obnoxious. I'm going to go. Fun, though. So if you play Bard and you get up to a certain level, it allows you to perform with a wide variety of instruments that you can actually, like, write little compositions with. It's kind of cool. People do it in towns a lot. Kind of caught me off guard there. Anyway, you know what? Let's just go ahead and turn this quest in, and then we'll wrap it up. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be all right. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, huh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Another new face getting the spiel. Ah, Derman. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh-off-the-carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been so hard at it with the giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment that you'd succeed, of course, and neither did Papashan, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Oh, hey. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when... I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, see? An adventurer's adventurer. and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, and of all that you've achieved, I find that I'm inspired, just as Avir once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. It's Derman. Derman Dirami. I shan't forget. Thank you, Derman Dirami. I pray that we'll meet again. Fare you well. Huh, I forgot that our paths crossed one more time before she departed the main story quest and kind of went off into a side quest chain. Anyway, adventuring can be a cruel bleeding business. Time was I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Derman. Huh? What did you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Derman, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. We are going to hear that whole thing next time. Because this has already been a long one. But we're done with... Goodness, everyone, please give me some space. Breathing room, please. Somewhere to stand where the camera's not freaking out. I'm going to go over here. Here we go. This is nice. Okay, so next time we will continue. We wanted to do dungeons for a while, and we're going to start really getting the plot of this here game going in earnest. The tutorial phase of the game is kind of wrapped up now, and now the main Realm Reborn plot is really going to start kicking off. So I look forward to that. I will see you all next time. Do take care, and goodbye.